Hi guys, welcome to my show, my video. This is Raj Sahu, presenter and founder of The Way, an online church which has laser focus on the doctrine of Jesus Christ and his red lettered words in the Bible. Night time is a time where I love to read the Bible before I go to bed, and I am in bed in my hotel room in Goa. And I'm reading the book of Matthew, or rather the Gospel of Matthew. And these are probably the closing lines, Matthew 28, 18-20, the High Commission of Christ, or the Great Commission. And when I read that, I felt, look at the hypocrisy, guys, of our teachers, our churches, who for last 500 years have been teaching based on Pauline deception, saved by grace through faith, saved by grace through faith and not by works, no obedience needed, nothing. You've been saved by grace through faith, right? Ephesians 2, 8, 9, and not by works or any deeds, lest no man may boast, or any discipline, or rather obedience, so that no man may boast. This is what they've been teaching. Obedience does not count. How much shall we obey to be saved? That's what they used to tell me. Look what Jesus is saying. Can I read out Matthew 28, 18-20 again? Jesus says, Then Jesus came to his disciples or his apostles and said, All authority in heaven and earth, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey how many things? Little things? Few things? No, everything. Teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. Everything. These are words of Jesus, not mine. And surely I will be with you. I am with you till the very end of the age. With you forever. It's like conditional. Now this is words of Christ after his resurrection, when the Son of God did not hesitate to lay down his life, because that was the will of the Father. He had completed the difficult task, the onerous task of what? Doing the will of God, dying on the cross. Most horrendous death. Very painful. It's like excruciating. The word itself comes from the word crucifixion. That kind of death. Then what does the Son of God say? What does our Messiah say? I'll repeat again. He has ascended and all authority is now with him, and in that capacity he is telling us, giving this order, a commission to his chosen 12 disciples. Then Jesus came to them and said, All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always to the very end of the age. So he's asking us to obey everything. Now our teachers, the hypocrisy is this. They obey nothing because that's what they teach. You cannot be saved by obedience. You're not good enough, self-righteous and all that. So what is Jesus teaching? And if you're not obeying, why do you teach others to obey everything? Or do you not teach at all the High Commission? Do you see what is going on in our churches, brother and sisters? Do you see? Because if they say, go and obey all things, then they're going against the doctrine they are teaching. If they teach what Jesus is teaching, then they are going against the doctrine they have been teaching for past 500 years, that you have been saved by grace through faith. And of course, like in all of my videos nowadays, grace is a word Jesus never ever used in the Bible. Do some due diligence, guys. Use Google or any other tools of researching. No translation. No NIV, King James Version, New American Standard, or any of them does not record the word grace coming out of his mouth. But that's what our churches taught, excuse me, relying on Paul. And they're stuck with this. Again, I repeat, if they tell others to obey all things, as Jesus is asking, to obey everything I've commanded, he's giving an order there. It's a commandment, do it. If they tell them they're hypocrites because they are not keeping even one, because they've been teaching Paul, which is a direct contradiction. Isn't this hypocrisy? I would like your views on this, because they're keeping nothing, and then how will they teach others? Let's say a newcomer to the church, you have to obey everything according to Matthew 28:18-20. If they teach that, they're hypocrites because they keep nothing. They teach you have been saved by grace through faith. This church is in such a big mess, I tell you guys, because they should have vetted, they should have scrutinized, they should have found this man was a deceiver, Paul, the man who said in 2 Corinthians, I put a lot of videos, check some of them out. Some others are also doing the same thing. 2 Corinthians 12:16, this is what Paul says, the man who gave them this mantra, saved by grace through faith, a word Jesus never used, grace. You know what he says in 2 Corinthians 12:16? The crafty fellow that I, Paul, am, I took you in by deceit. Look, where has he taken our churches to? When the teachers, the pastors, all have become hypocrites. In case they teach Matthew 28:18-20, or they should just hide and run away from Matthew. Expose them. Okay, guys, we'll request your views on this. Sorry, I'm recording this fag end of the day. That's a British expression, really. The end of this day. But I couldn't resist it. I want to leave so much evidence that in the future, no person is deceived again, as we were. God bless you all. Talk to you next time. Bye.